Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome into the CR&E Morning Brew. Welcome to all my Brew crew friends. It is October the 3rd. October the 3rd. How is it October? What the heck? Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let's see. We got Grandpa Rails last night. Right when I put it up, Grandpa Rails got the cookie. All right. Jim, yep. JD beat you. Curly Express last night at 10. See, we got an Anfield Railroad loft layout in the loft. Lee, good morning. Great stream, Dave. Called in to leave a like. Got to go out shopping. Have a great day. Happy trains. So thanks, Lee. You have a good day too. Have fun shopping. So I was trying to scarf down a little breakfast before I came on. Lynn McCurdy. Good morning, Lynn. 187 scale steel mill modeling. Good morning to you, sir. Jabanecki, good morning. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, sun's up here, but you know. Yeah, it looks like it might not be a bad day today. No sunshine going. Let's see, I got these trains running. All right, sorry about that. No hotter than ever. Yesterday, 102, maybe hotter today. Wow. Oh, John asked if it was getting any cooler out there in California. Sorry, the train's running by the microphone now. Choking myself. Weather started to get cooler at low 40s yesterday morning. Yeah, it was like, that's what it was this morning here. It was like 48, 49. So not low 40s, but you're down in that upper 40s, low 50s anyways. Started to cool, then shot back up. It's 5:55 and 78 degrees. Yeah. I know D-Row Darrell was saying that yesterday too. I texted with him a little bit last night. Just said it was it 98 yesterday? Where he was? Something like that. It's just warm. Yeah. Well, it is the morning brew, Lynn. So feel free to have another cup of Joe. I don't judge, believe me, when it comes to coffee. Morning, Grandpa Rails. Tim Tedesco, good morning. Train work, come on in. How are you? Thomas, how you doing? Spike Man. Good morning. Great Buckeye Western Railroad. How are you today? Carolina Dave. Hey, Dave, how you faring down there? All right. That was just too loud. Get on my nerves. How you doing down there? I know you. Prayers go out to all you guys in the southeast United States with all that stuff from Helene. And man, what a mess. What a mess. I hope all is well. Low gauge tubular tracks that was not cheap. Nothing is cheap in the railroad, not railroading, but especially O scale. $31. Yeah, it is not cheap. I go right by you, Tammy. There you are. Good morning, Tammy and Ray. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Went right by you. Sorry about that. Man Shed Railroad, good morning to you. Huge HO news. Go to Bowser's website and see the HO Elko C415 set for April of 25. Oh, okay. And for you Elko guys, give that a look. Too old for me, but hey, Dwayne. Hey, nice maiden run you had there. I don't know, sometime last week or over the week, I was looking at that, watching that. Looks like it's running pretty smooth for you. Hey, there's Fred. Morning, Fred. All right, Fred, let's see, it's October. About when do you start heading down there, back to Texas? Not that I'm in a rush to see you leave this layout. I love watching you. I like both layouts, but I really have been enjoying watching you make progress on the one up there in New Hampshire. So you haven't had rain in the desert since early April. Daryl lives on the ocean side of the mountains. They had some sprinkles. Okay. See, Dave says he has power after 5 days. Trees down, nothing hit the house. Well, that's good at least. Nothing hit the house, no damage there. Generator or anything, Dave? Or did you lose all your groceries and everything? Yeah, no, Jim was talking with you. Said he didn't have any damage down there. It took a weird path, I feel like. And I think it's mostly this flooding. That storm surge, Tennessee, North Carolina, all that area, just a mess. Sorry, just stay put. The government will help you. They'll fix it all. See there, Johnny on the spot with all that shit. Need extra metal O-scale tubular track. Tammy has some. Thomas, reach out to her. Leaving in 3 weeks. So end of October, you're going back, basically. You stay up there for Halloween, then go back, or what? Yeah, I believe Halloween's actually on a Thursday this month. It's the last Thursday. Yeah. Ah. All right. All right. Spooky day, spooky time of year. Let's pull this off here. I was trying to clean some track while I was getting ready to go. Been a minute. I haven't really been down here running trains probably since last Thursday, yeah. I've been doing other stuff. I just haven't been running trains. So every once in a while, run the cleaner around. Tammy, you have 027 rails are small. There's different rail sizes between O and 027. Okay. Remember when Tennessee got hit bad? Still 50 people. I said, yeah, it's just a damn shame. And hopefully they find them one way or the other. Well, reach out and maybe she can help you out with the track. If not, that's okay. We just have earthquakes, been shaking all around 3, 4, 5. Don't get excited to over 5. Yeah. I guess if you live out there, you get used to certain things. What's the high 40 and 26 by Asheville closed until March. Holy shit. Yeah, they had a lot of washout and everything too. Bridges out and everything. We're watching some of the video in there from people that live down there. And, it took like shorts and different video and just, my God, I couldn't imagine. I just couldn't imagine. Going back Saturday before Halloween, okay. Dave said he lost all the groceries. Had a generator, but didn't have the 30 amp plug for the fridge. Oh, I ought to look at that. There's a special plug for, or is the generator that you have don't have the 30 amp capability, or what? I have a generator. Knock on wood, I haven't had to use it. I've lent it out to my family members that have needed it. I haven't had to use it myself. And so I don't even know. I probably should be a little more schooled on that. As far as I know, my refrigerator just has a regular plug. It's a 3-prong, but it's a regular plug. I don't think it's anything fancy. Could be wrong. Yeah, John, I agree, man. Some of the videos are just heartbreaking. I mean, loss of life is horrible. Obviously, that's the worst thing, but just the devastation and what it's going to take and cost to clean all that up, and you lost everything. People just they didn't lose family or lives. They still lost everything that they own, basically. And it's just gonna. What do you do? Where do you go? How do you survive in the meantime? So it's not good. I don't think they expected it to hit up there like that. There's a lot of us like up in the mountains more. I feel like a lot of it. So a lot of rivers. I think the water damage, all the flooding is what is probably the worst. Tammy and Ray are building a huge O-scale layout right now. Hi, Anthony. Good morning. You get that right, Jimmy. Get that right, brother. You cannot, because I don't have them out. They're boxed away, packed away. Maybe I get them out around Christmas for a tree. I don't know. I don't even do that much because I don't have a lot of room around the tree, and just, it's not even worth it. Still wouldn't mind maybe doing an O-scale, just a loop of track up here on the around the peninsula, but I don't know if that will ever come to fruition. As slow as I'm moving with this layout, to start that as a project doesn't make any sense. I see rescuers are cutting bodies on it. Oh, God. A lot of trees in North Carolina. FEMA's turning people away, trying to arrest anybody trying to get supplies to those areas. Lithium mine trying to buy people's land after this. Oh, probably. Now I've seen something. I don't know if it's true or not. It was on Facebook or something that all those electric cars, when they get underwater like that, the batteries exploded. I don't know how true it is. But, if that's true, there's just one more reason to not have an electric car. Track. This is that. What was the name of that thing? It's that brass track cleaning car. It's got the pad on it. And then sometimes I'll spray like that CR26. 26, is that what it's called? On the pad, sometimes I'll put in there some mineral spirits. I don't use alcohol. If you do use alcohol, use a higher number, less water in it. But I was using 91%, and then when COVID and all that hit and you couldn't get 91%, I was getting like 70, like from the dollar store in that, and I was getting a lot of arcing in that and having a lot of issues until I realized what it was. And then I think it was a train freak turned me on to using mineral spirits. And that's worked great. But also Daryl turned me on to the CR26. I don't know if that's what it's called or not. It's in the blue can. And that works really well too. So it just depends. Like, man, ask any of these guys. I know what you are asking. Yeah, Tammy knows her stuff, man. Tammy learned quick. She was definitely a novice when she came in. Been 2 or 3 years now, huh, Tammy? Been a minute ago. Learned quick. asked a lot of questions and listened and learned, and now she's teaching. you know, she's giving advice and stuff. So she's a smart lady. She knows her stuff, and yeah, been a delight to have in the community. Her and Ray both. Hey, Wesley. Good morning. So I'm way behind. Holy mackerel. Yeah, it only says 3 minutes, but I feel like it is. Government says no more money for them. Got to give it to you. Yeah, no shit. They just gave another 2.8 billion. Billion. Right after this happened. I don't know. I try to keep politics off this show, but I'll tell you what, it's so blatant. They hate us. It's blatant. I mean, it's across both aisles, but this administration literally hates America. By their actions, that's how I feel about it. You got Americans suffering in general, and then you get this natural disaster, and they're not going to not send the money to the Ukraine. How stupid is that? Why are we still giving them money anyways? All they're doing is getting them people killed. They're not going to beat Russia. The only reason it's going on this long is because we keep funding this shit. Stop it. So before pictures, you would never expect that level of flooding. Mother Nature's amazing. Oh my God, yeah. Water is so damaging, man. The power of water. Well, water, wind too, but water is just so damaging. Wind blows through, tornadoes, hurricanes blows through, tears off roofs, knocks over poles, so on and so forth. The water just ruins everything. Even stuff that's not wind damaged in that, it's just now you're dealing with mold and all that other stuff, and all your belongings are just destroyed. I saw a video, a guy shine a light. I think it was into his dining room or living room, and there's a freaking alligator in there. Now, again, I don't know how much of this stuff is real and isn't real, but I was like, oh my God, I never thought of that. That's even true or not, but you don't think about all that. What about like all those snakes and alligators and things like that? They're all displaced too. The water's taking them where it goes. Next thing you know, you're dealing with copperheads in your living room, Hey, Papa John Trains, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, just horrible. Getting ready to jump in the shower and then go train filming. Oh, that sounds fun. Sounds fun. Get them, Grandpa Rails. If you don't mind, guys, hit that like button. Thomas says he's getting Lionel New York Central Mohawk for Christmas and getting the Vision Line 700 Hudson for Christmas. Okay. That should be nice. You're coming out to Berea. Yeah, I have to work Saturday, unfortunately. So I won't be there. I won't get to meet you or meet up with you. But I was thinking about going on Sunday, but I don't know. Sometimes it's fun just to walk around. I don't know. It'll be my only day off for the weekend. We'll see what the wife is doing. Oh, okay, then. So you needed that. That's got like 4 prongs there. Huh. That's interesting. I guess that's the adapter he needed. Dave needed for his generator for the refrigerator. That's interesting. Fridges don't like the GFCI plugs. Trip after a couple minutes. There's a 30 amp 4 prong plug that needs to be used so you're not on the GFCI. I got you. So they do explode now. You're talking about the EVs, yeah. I saw a couple videos and guys were talking about it, and I was like, okay, well, I wasn't sure. It looked like a car was, it caught fire and was burned up. But come to think of it, I didn't really see like a motor. I guess even if the car catches on fire, you're still going to see the metal motor. I don't know. No worries here. I had no plans of buying any of that kind of nonsense, anyways. But that's just one more reason. If this is true, that's one more reason. This guy gets in the water, gas or electric, they are toast. Salt water will cause batteries to short out. Yeah. Well, that's true too. Even a gas job wouldn't do well, but I don't think it would explode. If these batteries are actually exploding, that's just dangerous, Not just ruining the car, they're exploding and possibly hurting people or causing other explosions around it. So that's not good. Yeah. Yeah, what the hell is this thing called? Let's say CMX or CXM or something like that. It works great. I gotta find replacement pads though. I keep washing these out, and maybe some Dawn dish soap and a little toothbrush. That's a pain in the ass, but I know they do sell replacement. But you can get 99%. Okay. Yeah, I've used the 91% you could get at the drugstore and that. But when I had to go down to like less than that, like I think it was 70%. Nah, it wasn't good. Too much water in it, I think. So it wasn't good. Yeah, I like the Niagara. That's what mine is, isn't it? 484. I think. Niagara. Let's see, New York Central. Special. Probably foam, no? Or something like it. So the citizen flying in supplies to survivors was told to cease and desist because they were interfering with rescue efforts. Yeah. I mean, I could kind of see some of that, but there has to be a way to coordinate that for both to go on. There's definitely a need for everything. And our inept government is, you know, look at all the. Do you think they would have learned from back? What was it with Bush with Katrina? And how long everything was, and we're still dealing with the same nonsense from FEMA and the federal government. Fred, I have only a 240 mile range on my gas SUV. That kind of SUV you have. That's how the one Jeep we had was. It was like a Liberty, or it wasn't Liberty. What the hell was the other one? Just try to remember the name of that the other day. It was a smaller one, like a Liberty was, and it terrible gas mileage. The road terrible. I was only leasing it, thank God. And then selling Mark Strange cars for $175. Hey man, how you doing? Jesse Railfan, 4802. How you been, buddy? Yeah, it's been a long time. People want survivors, maybe, especially there. Well, look, I mean, Hawaii's still a mess. They never did much over there, even, except for let Oprah and her friends going by every day. See, they want you to help. these movie stars and all these big money actors, but they don't want to. They don't want to help. They could have. She could have easily opened up her plantations over there and had people stay there. Put up tents, do whatever. Back when all that shit happened in Hawaii. But no, she just went on to ask you for your donations for those people. All right. Anyways, many hard hearts in the world. Yeah. Hey Tony, how you doing? First of all, yeah. They've done a very successful job of pitting us against one another. If you and I are fighting over here, we're not paying attention to what the hell they're doing over there because we're too busy hating each other. There used to be political differences. You debate it out, you'd argue a little bit, but I didn't hate you for your views, and you didn't hate me for my views. You don't want me, in prison because I believe a certain thing, and it just becomes so polarizing. And I blame it on the corporate media. I really do. A lot of it. Because they set the narrative. They tell you what they want you to know and what you're supposed to think and everything else. And there's enough people that don't think for themselves. And it's, that's what it is, a CMX cleaning machine. I couldn't think of the name of it. I know it was CCM something or CX. I don't know. Yeah, I got that a few years ago. And I'm an idiot. It says it right there on, you probably can't read it, but it's engraved right there on top of that cap. It says CMX. Oh, well. Messy fun started before Helene got there. Was it from the prior rain and everything? I think that was part of the problem, too. Everything was already pretty soft because I think they'd been getting rain. I don't know, man. Just very sad. Very sad. And so I was just send my prayers down there to them. I don't know, man. Did you see that one too? Yeah, I don't know if that was for real or not, but it looked pretty real. Holy man, I'd have had forget the flood. I'd have had a heart attack. Gators swimming down flooded streets. Well, yeah, I mean, again, they're just as displaced as people are. As I'm saying, all that wildlife, as far as venomous snakes and all the things that can kill you. Alligators. Did Jim, the Tennessee and Western North Carolina were getting heavier rain before the Helene got there? So were they already getting the flooding, or was it just heavy rain, but it was being managed okay before the hurricane came through? Okay. You don't have one of these cars. I like it. I mean, there's still times where I'll have a real dirty spot that I'll have to hit it with like the track eraser. I don't like to use that much. Like when I paint my rails, I'll use a piece of cork on the top, road bed to clean the top of the rails with that when it's still somewhat wet. Once in a while, like I said, I'll get a real dirty spot or something. I'll get in like sometimes along the points and stuff on turnouts with some alcohol, and then I'll take that CRC 2.6 or what the hell is that stuff called? And I'll put some on a Q-tip and I'll run that in there. There's a turnout right here in front of me. That's why I keep pointing up there. But run that right in the points and everything. It's supposed to help with electrical conductivity, I believe. Hey, Cal Stevens, good morning. Yeah, wow. I mean, I spent a lot on my locomotives, don't get me wrong, but holy mackerel, one locomotive for $1,600, it's almost like robbery. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We could debate that all day long. So Ray is so excited about Timonium. Oh, you going up to Timonium next week, isn't it? October 12th, something like that. Just saw a video of a house that was 30 feet above the river level before the storms. House had water above the windows after. Jesus. Oh my God. That's nuts. Nuts. Christmas. We're talking about Christmas. The Halloween first. Seasonal Tourette's. Hi, Steve, Retirement Railroad. Steve Childers. Good morning. I'm relying on train cars. I think my stuff's all 027 anyways, especially the older stuff I have. But like I said, it's packed away safe and sound, but it's so buried. It take me days just to unbury it. I really don't want to unwrap it. It's all like, I didn't have the boxes and stuff anymore, so it's all wrapped in, bubble wrap and packaged safely and everything. But and mine was all the Lionel. That's what do they call it, Fast Track, the Snap Track from Lionel. And honestly, I had a lot of rusting and corrosion on it last time I looked at it. I had a hard time when I used it a few years back. A couple years ago, I put it up at Christmas time, and I really do a lot of scrubbing to get that corrosion off. Tim, if you're talking to me, yeah, we won't be coming. That's our anniversary, and so I don't ever make it to the October one. I would love to because that's supposed to be the biggest one of the 3 or 4 they do every year, and I don't know. So EVs are made to catch fire, saves the cost of battery replacement. You get a whole new car from the insurance company. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess insurance would fight you on all that stuff. Look up Eric's trains. He has 2,500 Lionel and MTH trains. Oh, you found the extra pets? Yeah, I'm so far behind. Like 10 minutes, 11 minutes for the CMX, the pads. Now, I've seen where guys have used, like, they'll go to, like, say, Joann Fabrics or one of those fabric stores, and you can find that material and buy it by the yard or whatever, and you would just have to cut it in the right size strips. What is that, about an inch wide, maybe? Yeah, that metal pad's an inch wide, so you just would have to cut it in strips. So I just haven't done it. I don't get over there much. We have one right up the road here. Just about every crafting place you can think of. They put a Hobby Lobby in last year. There's a Michael's, Joann's. I don't know what else. You can use kitchen counter wipes for replacements. That's a good idea too. You talking about the throwaway wipes? Or just like dish towels or rags or whatever. Me and Eric get our trains from Legacy Station in Georgia. Oh, yeah, man, am I behind. So your SUV is an Explorer, yeah. Those are pretty big. That probably guzzle a lot of gas. Although, my My town and country, honestly, I've never measured to see how many miles I get out of a tank of gas. But I feel like I can, especially if I'm highway driving, I get quite a ways with that without having to fuel up. See, my thing is if I'm going to be driving and I have to stop to stretch my legs or use the restroom or whatever, I try to stop somewhere where I can just top the tank off because I don't want to have to stop because I go for hours and hours before stopping. So if I'm going to stop, I don't want to stop in an hour and have to get gas. So I just stop and do it all one time and then get back on the road. So it's a message, pictures of our grocery stores in Kershaw. It was crazy. FEMA did a great job after Irma. Well, that's good. What was Irma? Was that Florida when you were living down there, or was that you're in Oklahoma now? I don't know if you get hurricanes there as much as you get tornadoes. Man, get you a wrench, Josephine. Let's see, where's my channel? Okay. Jesse Ralphan 4802, you have a blue wrench now, so you can click on other channels if you want and check their channels out. See, scariest words to hear. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Ronald Reagan, yeah, no doubt. That might mean well, but usually, they cause more damage. My aunt tells me gas stations in Augusta price gouging gas $9-10 a gallon. Jesus. I highly doubt it. I don't know if you can make one strong enough to do that. Jesse Fan might have a better idea on that. Well, that's good. Tammy, Ray will be getting something cool from me. That's nice. Ray loves to open packages. He gets so excited. It's so fun to watch him. It's like just true joy through. I don't want to say like when you see, like when you were a kid, you just remember having such joy in things. I don't know. No, I usually use mineral spirits actually, and I think that does for me. I've had better luck with that than alcohol, but yeah, John, that's what I was saying before. It's sad, they from being retired. I forget what day it is. Yeah, I can imagine. Here's the 190 proof grain alcohol. There you go. And burn the damn plastic right off the tracks. And run into the price gouging. That's not cool if they're doing that stuff, man. That's just not cool. Well, that's why I've always enjoyed this hobby because we're all different political beliefs. A lot of us believe the same way. A lot of us don't, but we still can talk about it. Still be friends. We still have the commonality of our love for trains and model trains, and we can be civil with one another. At least that's my experience. Hopefully, it's been everybody's experience. Here's a calendar. Well, it must be rough, guys. I don't know. One of these days I'll get to find out, I hope. Florida's our own land down under. Yeah, yeah, really. With all their wildlife. Mohawk vodka. Rumor has it the dam in Tennessee was intentionally damaged. Huh. All right, Curly. You really could use that just to rub the track off. With that sounded bad, but I use it mainly if like if I painted the track, and I use that to get the that top layer clean. It's not as abrasive as like the Bright Boys or sandpaper, things like that. So I don't use it like to clean normally. It's like I said, in that situation where if I needed to clean paint off of the track, I'll use it on that. Damn it, there it is. CRC 226. It's like 2-26 or something. Oh, I can't remember the name of that stupid thing. And the cork probably works, you know, but that would work too. If you're talking about, especially, yeah, because that's not abrasive. There's so many ways. I mean, that could be a whole show in itself. I mean, there's been whole shows on that and videos on that and everything else. Tim Tedesco, just like the longshoremen going on strike, you can tell it's an election. Yeah. Where's the funny thing? Even if the president, and it don't matter what president, if they step in, I can't think of what it's called, but they can enact something that would force, I think it's like a 90-day cooling off period or something of that nature to kind of force people back to the negotiating table. Problem is you can't force people to work. You can't call for an official slowdown, but you can't force people to work normal or faster. So, in my days back in the union, we definitely have unofficial slowdowns. Negotiations ain't going well. Sorry, guys, can't get the truck empty today. A lot of traffic. Got held up a lot. Load dumped over inside the trailer. Took me a long time to clean it up. Couldn't get things, 1,001 excuses. So customers want to get delivered. Oh, no, yeah, some of the cork. Just to clean, like paint off the top of the rail when I paint track. That's all. Hey, Cowboy Steve, good morning. Yeah, cork or wood block, spot cleaning track. On the old layout, I used a lot of the Bright Boy. Use the Bright Boy a lot. And then I learned whatever that it's Curly. You ain't right, man. Something wrong with you. He leaves the power on too. He likes to touch both rails. Gets a little shock. It's his excitement for the day. Oh, no joke. You should have your alarm set for Thursday morning at 9 o'clock every week. Come on, Steve, slacker. I never made it out to Fostoria last Saturday. By the time I even remembered, speaking of setting an alarm, by the time I even remembered, it was already like pushing 11 o'clock. I was like, well, I'm not going to run out there now. It takes me a couple hours to get there, and just wasn't worth it. The wife found some other things for us to do anyway, so that's fine. Use that once a year. Well, I gotta clean them. I cleaned them a little bit this morning. I didn't run anything last night, and I was doing some sanding and stuff down here, so it gets kind of dusty. So yeah, I figured I'd give them a quick run, just a couple laps around. Afraid it wouldn't hurt any. Yeah, there you go, do it, Kyle. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, then you need some traction, saying you're behind in the chat. I know it's a shock, but so am I. Yeah, Curly. Autocorrect, yeah. Thanks for pointing it out, Jim. I can't wait to get on you, man. Hey, any luck on those signs I was asking you about? Several EV vids on my whiteboard. Got too many ideas on my whiteboard. Oh, videos, yeah. Fabric wipes. Okay, I'll have to look for those. Hey, Mike. Good morning. Andy, I said hi to you earlier. If not, good morning. Good afternoon. We had a pack of tins. It didn't make it more than 2 years. Now Hobby Lobby is coming in. I'm excited, but figure it won't last so long either. Yeah, we just got our Hobby Lobby last year. We had a pack of tins within about 20 minutes of me, and it closed. I think it was like a whole company-wide thing on them closing stores and that. Now that Hobby Lobby came in, I'm looking to see Michael's maybe go down. I don't know. You only support so many of those places in one area, and they're all within about a mile of each other, which is nice for the consumer, I guess, to have choices. But, I'm sure they took a little bit of a hit when Hobby Lobby first opened because it was new, Went into our old Walmart. They took about half of the Walmart. It wasn't a super Walmart or anything. They took about half of that, and so the other half is still available for something else, I guess. I don't know. Southwest Florida, Fort Myers. Okay. Yeah, but you got a good governor down there, man. In my opinion, I don't live there. Maybe you'd have a different opinion on it. I'm just saying. Seems like he's on top of stuff like that. I don't know if he was governor when Irma hit. I can't remember when Irma was. Is this the wheelset video is almost done? Doing my usual overproducing. Is that for like the resistors? Is that for like for block detection and stuff like that, or what? Wondering on everyone's opinion on no-aux ID for track connectivity. I bought some when Ron Strange and Things was talking about that. Then I started seeing other videos kind of negative on it, and I was afraid to use it, if I'm being honest. So I never used it. And so I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it because I got scared. I heard of guys like ruining everything and having to completely go crazy to wipe it all off. And I don't know. The 3D spikes, yeah, they would never hold up to that. Just for fun, Thomas. That's all. The 3D spikes just to put on a shelf and look at. Happy Tuesday, Joe. Joe don't know what day of the week it is, so just saying whatever day. Happy Hump Day, Joe. Tail end Tuesday, Joe. You went to the rabbit hole weathering. You talking about videos, or you're actually weathering? I got into that for a minute there with all these locomotives I weathered, and I still have more to go, but I kind of Hey, speak of Chelsea Real fan. I have a Chelsea shirt on today. I forgot about that. I go through phases with stuff, man. I swear to God, like I've been working on this town, and then now I'm. Oh, there's kind of an announcement, sort of, kind of. I 90% sure I'm going to be able to join the next build series that Chris from Go Via Go Home is going to be doing. I think it starts this Saturday. He's going to be doing it in the evening, 8 o'clock. I'm hoping to be able to tune in this week. I work till 7, so we'll see how things play out. But he's going to be building the Walders. Well, he's building like 3 of them. I'm building one of them, the Walders Modern Diesel Facility, diesel house. I've had it for a long time. I bought that kit off of a guy, I believe, on either Facebook Marketplace or eBay. Can't remember which one. It's been when I first tore down the layout and started rebuilding. It's been opened. All the sprues. He sent me pictures of everything. And the only thing he didn't have was the instructions. But I was able to go online, and I was able to go online originally through Walders and see all the instruction pages. I can't figure out how to go and find that again. So Chris, being that Chris bought 3 kits, has extra set of instructions. So he's going to mail me the instructions because I can't find the damn instructions on Walders' website. And I reached out to them, and I haven't got a real answer back yet as far as getting a set delivered or emailed or whatever to me, or having them tell me where to find it. I've been searching their website. There used to be a place on Walders' website where you can go in and find instruction manuals. And I'd be damned if I could find it. But anyways, at the time I knew I found it. I thought I printed it out and put it with the kit so I had it, but apparently I did not. So I was looking at the instruction manuals I found online, the parts guide and all that stuff. Anyways, all the parts were there. All the screws were there. All the parts are on the screws. I bought that kit for, I think, $35 shipped. He just wanted to get rid of it. I wanted that kit anyways, and at the time they were going for between $60 and $80, brand new. So I was like, wow. So this is giving me a reason to start building it because I've been kind of putting it off, and I really wanted to build it because it looks like a hell of a challenge, and I think it's gonna be a fun kit to build. Hey, good morning, Daryl. 12-month member. Thank you. I appreciate all you guys. All my members, all you guys, but all my members too. I really appreciate you. Making it to for Astoria. No, I didn't make it. No. Sorry, I'm behind. I know I'm your shots. What's the CRC 2-26? Use as bug spray as well. Like to get bugs off of a car, or what do you mean bug spray? Hey, Bernard C. My friends this morning, I'm getting ready for a road trip. Oh, yeah, where are you going? Anywhere fun? Or is it a work type thing? Yeah, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, I appreciate it. Get him, Grandpa Rails. I miss Plumber. That guy used to make me laugh. Where is he at? Hope he's doing well. I haven't reached out to him in a while. Oh, Tammy, you talk to him sometimes, or used to anyways. I think Carolina Dave was, you guys chatted it up a while. I don't know. I haven't reached out. I should text him. Trying to keep up with the chat while I'm working, but failing at both. Nah, me too. And I'm not even working. Oh, Raider. It's Joe in the hole. I'm going to hell. Joe in the hole. Bud Files, good morning. Hey, I think I'm funny. I don't care if you do or not. Damn it. Hot dog pie. I think I will purchase a CMC car. I have a lot of areas difficult to reach. And that's the thing, too. And the nice thing is you can, I like to push mine because then the wheels kind of, they'd run over it either way, but you're kind of running through it, kind of helping to clean the car wheels a little bit as well. At least in my mind, that's how it works. But you could pull it, you could drag it, and you just put it in the middle of a train somewhere, really. I know there's a lot of club layouts that just kind of run them, you know. And you just want a slow drip. You just want the pad to be damp. You don't want it to be like spilling out everywhere and soaking everything down, you know. And then if you have any grades, it's going to get a little slick. I think that was the problem with that no-ox. If you put it on too heavy, I think is kind of what the problem was. You're having traction issues, I believe. Was one of the negative things I had heard about it. It's in a spray can, Buckeye Western. I don't have it here. All right, Dave. Stay safe. Hopefully everything's getting back to normal there for you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've used IPA in it, used a higher alcohol content, 91%, 99%, whatever you can get that's higher. And then I've used mineral spirits as well. And that's worked really well for me too in the car, you know. The CRC, you could spray the pad with it, saturate the pad down with it. You know, you could do that. I've done that as well. That works. But it's not, it's liquid, but it's not like, I mean, I guess you could spray it down in there. I don't know. You know, inside, you have to spray it in there. That's where you load the fluid. I mean, over here is where you load the fluid. This one controls the drip rate. It drips down under here. Get my hand in the way. And this pad floats with springs in there. And I actually dropped this on the floor once. Didn't damage the unit. It broke one of the trucks. I had to replace the truck. Knucklehead. What can I say? We're binding arbitration. I think that's what kind of happened back in the day with the air traffic controllers being there more like government employees, I believe. Don't quote me. Where they were forced to go back or get fired, and most of them got fired, I believe. I was a kid when it happened, so I don't really remember all the details. But James, I said hi to you, right? If not, hello. Hello again. That India Pale Ale. Although that's good stuff. Might want to maybe have one of those handy while you're watching the track cleaner go around the tracks, just to make sure it all cleans well. You know, have a little libation there to, you know, give you clarity. Isopropyl alcohol, what that stands for. I don't know what is that. India Pale Ale, right? Is that what that IPA means in the beer world? I mean, I like IPAs, and I just never paid attention to what it stands for. Oh, cool, Jim. Yeah, just some basic designs, basic size, you know, like a stop sign, bus stop sign, yield maybe. I don't know. Just things like that, no parking. So something that's, you know, just like a rectangular, square, octagon shape, rectangle shape. Just stuff like that, you know, I could print out decals of, you know, handicap signs, no parking signs, bus stops, and things like that. Let me, where the hell's my train at? It's over there. Let me change cameras. I'm going to go grab something real quick. So this one. All right. I'll be back in a couple seconds. I want to grab a couple things I want to show you that I'm working on. I gotta go in the other room to get the one thing. Whoop. I wait for the train to go by. I can't get over the crossing gate, the swing gate. Okay, I'm back. So, am I caught up yet? Gotta be close. Come on. Ian 71 model Eisenbach TV. Hello. Welcome in. I wanted to catch this real quick. Hang on. Hurry up, camera. Stupid camera. I hate these cameras. I keep saying I gotta get a better camera. I swear I hate this camera. Purposely had it set up because I wanted it to show off something, and it's acting up on me. Total pain in the neck. All right, don't get nervous, guys. I'm gonna lose my cameras for a minute. All right. These damn things are working. All right, we'll come back to that one. A little sneak peek. All right, so this is why I want something to put a bus stop in because Jim designed on the old 3D printer there a bus stop. It's kind of based off the ones you buy from Walters, and I got the file from him. He kind of put this all together. A garbage can there, and I used clear acetate to put the window glass in, and these are just little cheap China figures. I painted those up, put them in there, put up 4 of them, and I'm going to put them around the city there, around the town. So nice job on those, Jim. Appreciate that. Let me get Ian here. A wrench. There you go, Ian. You got a wrench now, buddy. Michael's will do better on Sundays with Hobby Lobby closed on Sundays. That's true. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's coming. It's slowly coming along, you know. What are you going to do? After block detection. 15 minutes. You hush up over there now. You and the peanut gallery. It says that they've used the no ox. Didn't seem to make a difference. Okay. Well, the whole idea of that was supposedly to not have to clean the tracks for long periods of time. Was a vet that invented the no ox stuff? Probably for his rifle, stuff like that. You give me 5 stars. Oh yeah, you know I'm a Chessie guy. I'm just a modern Chessie guy, which you know you're doing the weather. Okay, God, I'm right behind. Hey Scott, no power, no internet except through my phone. Sometimes working, sometimes not. Almost a week. And I don't know. That's here. I'll show you this scene while I'm yapping away. There's one of the downtown streets there. There's four corners. Of course, I have a lot of work to do as far as, signage and all that kind of stuff and details. There's some of my weathering. See, Chessie rail fan? That's Chessie right there. So I figured it's October. It's that time of year for harvest. So I got the grain train out. If you guys are counting, let me know what you come up with. Now, these are just what I had in the drawers. Don't count what's actually on the layout in use. My switch list. Probably another 20 cars or so maybe in the switching positions and the layout at the co-op and so on and so forth. But so like I said, it's coming along. I put signs on that building there on the right. Is the one I just one of the ones I just did the Tyco buildings I did the video on, and then the little drugstore on the left. I have to do signage and stuff on that. Got to find a good program to print stuff out on, like to create signage and stuff. Like I usually just usually I just do like through Word. I guess the program Word. I've done stuff on there. It's not as easy as I'd like it to be. There we go. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on the back of that car. Instruction PDF is on the actual model page for Walthers. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, because he said he was going to mail me one of his copies, but it might take a week to get here. But that's okay. I have stuff I can be doing. Daryl just looked up the CR&E226 you recommend. It is only in spray form. To my knowledge, it's only in spray form, but I don't know that to be a fact. And this is a small can of it. It'll last you forever. You're not going to be using it a lot. The damn thing would focus. I'd be happy. Come on, quit being a jerk. But yeah, it's just a spray can. So I just wanted to grab that out. Jimmy, I painted this up. I got one of those water towers from Jim Tedesco. I think I want to change the color. I think I want it to be a little more blue than that. This is a very, very light, like green color. I think I'm going to go with more of a blue. I had to tape the light off so it wouldn't get goofed up. It came out good. Came in one piece. You put it on camera so you can see it. It'd be nice. Went to lumber and plywood to build my HO scale layout, and lots of people are buying lumber and plywood from this hurricane that hit last week. Oh, I bet. It's going to cost you a fortune now. Lumber will be at Timonium. Damn it. Well, that's good. But it's not good because I won't be there, but it's good. What if you have traction tires on locals? It will eat them away. Okay. Yeah, like maybe some of your older stuff that has traction tires. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not good. I think the DCC guy did a video on different track cleaning stuff. Yeah, I think he did too. Yeah, I haven't seen anything in a while. He was putting a lot of stuff out there, and yeah, come to think of it, I just thought maybe it was YouTube because YouTube's funny like that. 1 minute you're getting notifications, the next minute you're not. 1 minute you're subscribed to a guy, and the next minute you're not. You put out 100 videos and they get no traction, and all of a sudden you put one out, and then you think it's not going to go anywhere, and then like that switching video I did a couple weeks ago has gotten a ton of views on it, and a bunch of subscribers from it too, actually. At least I think it was from that. And I don't know why. I've done other switching videos that went nowhere, really. Not more than usual, anyways. You find instructions for welders kits on the item description page, not quite at the bottom on the right side of the page. Hope that makes sense. No, but I'll look at it again because, going to save him a couple pennies mailing it. And even if you already mailed it, it's going to take a little time to get to me. So if this is going to happen Saturday night, if I'm going to start putting anything together, I'll need instructions. Of course, I could always ask him, to show me show me it so I could see. Or I can even have him take pictures of it, I guess, and just send me pictures. That could work too on my phone. I could print them out. That's not a bad idea. I didn't think to ask him that. All right, Lee. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Lynn, the HDMM RC 500 sub contest is still going on. Go to Lynn's channel. There is a video on it and what you need to do to enter. It's very simple. It was nothing crazy. And that's open till Halloween to enter. And then I guess he'll draw sometime after that. Let's say, hi, Ian. Caboose Stop Hobbies. Is he from Caboose Stop Hobbies? Is that what you're asking? Or, again, that's the problem with trying to get caught up in the chat. Sometimes I miss things, so I apologize. I appreciate that, Lee. He's here working on the layout and getting his stream on, and drop a like, and I appreciate that, man. Great Buckeye and Western. Daryl says he's used everything to clean track, and the CR226 has been the best investment and works the best for him. It does. It works good. I've used it all the time as well. I like it. I don't have to clean my tracks often, guys. I honestly don't. If I'm down here and I'm doing a lot of dusty sanding and different things like that, working on the layout, sometimes I will just, clean up a little bit. There's been times I'll just take a cloth with some IPA on it and just wipe down the area I'm working on. Stifler. Petco was a disaster, scary time to fly for sure. Thank you for showing how the CMX units work. I use NOAX on my hard to reach upper level. 4 months later, I've had no conductivity issues. Okay. Again, I did buy a small jar way back when it first kind of came on the market, or I became aware of it anyways. Ron's Trains and Things, you know how he has his Amazon pick of the week, and it was one of those picks of the week, and so I bought it from him. It was not from him, but from his Amazon store, which helps him. Um, $5, I think it was, and I had Prime, so it didn't cost me any shipping either. So, but it's been a few years ago. I think I might have. I tore the layout down end of 2020 and started rebuilding in January of 21. So by the time I finally got tracks and stuff in, but I bought it back when I first tore everything down and never used it. In fact, I forget that I even have it to even try it. It's one of my boxes. I got so many boxes under the layout that I don't know. I got to go through them. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate that, man. Lots to do, but thanks, Steve. Those are Walters kits. It's all, the whole thing is, this is just a green screen behind me, the whole thing. I don't actually have a layout. It's just all fake. Computer generated. I just know how awesome the Mile Railroad community is. I just wanted to feel a part of something. So I pretend to have a layout. I pretend to have model trains. I'm actually not this good looking either. This is all AI generated. I didn't want to go too far with it. It'd be unbelievable. All right, James. Maybe we'll catch you later on on Jim's channel. 6 o'clock. Jim Tedesco. Short line Thursday. Right? Is that what you call it? I don't know what the hell you call it. Short line? Either way. Jim's channel, 6 p.m. Thanks, Grandpa Rails. You're a jerk. Wasn't froze. I had to unplug my stupid cameras. Sometimes I have to unplug them and replug them back in if they freeze because I got cheap ass cameras. Actually, I don't know if it's the cameras or because I'm using a laptop and I got 3 cameras running, and then 3 cameras. I don't know. Sometimes they freeze. So, like I said, I don't know if it's the cameras or if it's the little USB strip that I use. Never used one of those. Yeah, but if you go on Walters, that's what I took. I sent Jim a screenshot of the one you buy from Walters, and it's, I don't know, it's like $20-$25. You get one like that, and you get another style, and then there's a couple bike racks that go with it. And he was able to go in and basically design that, or copy design, I don't know what. Jim does some good stuff, man. You got to reach out to Jim if you want 3D printing. I'm hoping to get better. I want to get better. But Jim's helped me a lot to get better at things with the 3D printing. He's really, really gotten good at it. Yeah, it's about the size of an Amtrak depot anymore. There's nothing real fancy about them. The only thing I wish I would have done, which would have been a lot harder, was I wish I would have put the glass on the inside and left the posts out. You can't really tell too much there. You can see how the glass is on the inside of the framework, and here it's on the outside. Just because it was easier. Kind of almost want to redo it. I started to do it the way I think was right on the back of this. Then it was rough. Plumber is still in the hospital. I hope not. We didn't miss you, Anthony. I didn't even know you were gone. Of course, you've probably been back for half an hour now. All right. Make signage in PowerPoint and scale it to whatever size. I think I have PowerPoint on here. Is that something? Is that like a free program? I've heard of PowerPoint, but I never used it. Yeah, thanks, Jim. Good job on it, man. Good job on it. It's a nice tower. Um, I don't know. I don't hate it. It's like a light green color, but I kind of want to go more of a bluish color. There's a tower like this in Deschler, which is what this town is. I don't know if I'm going to use it in that town, but it's not prototypical. It's not, meant to be anywhere looking prototypical of Deschler. It's just a town along my route to give me an area and to give me progression throughout, the different towns along the Willard subdivision and along the Toledo subdivision. The towns are definitely not prototypical. They're just prototypical names. But there is a tower similar to this in Deschler, and it's a little more blue. Not quite that blue, but closer to that blue than to this green. So I got to find the right color. I'm going to probably airbrush it. This is spray paint. And I bought this color to paint a house with, and I didn't like it. It's too light. Like it doesn't pop enough. I'm not looking for lime green, but it doesn't pop enough. Over yesterday, back in the hospital, hoping to be out this week. Says he'll be in Timonium. Oh, okay. Hope he's doing all right. Speaking of Chris, we were just talking about the build. So going to that, and I'm already behind anyway. I think I'm already behind. Tore his layout down. What did he tear his layout down for? You moving or something? Oh, bummer. Poor guy. He's going through a lot. Did send you instructions in the mail yesterday. I can email you screenshots, so if you like. It'll probably be okay. Let's see how quick I get them. But yeah, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea, really. Just in case. It'd be easier to have the paper. I like to have the paper in my hand, but just in case I don't get them in time for Saturday. Thanks for, I don't know what that says, man. Thanks for the Ebonice today. Yes, 100% agree, JD. The more you run the trains, it actually keeps the track cleaner. But going back to that, Chris, I kind of emailed you that. I don't remember seeing a response, and that's fine. So I painted up, started to paint up. I don't know if you could tell. This was the color. I hate these cameras. It was kind of more of a tan for the concrete base. I was trying to do a little more gray, but I want gray. Here's my question. This base is thick. It is about 15 millimeters. So what's that? Quarter, half, a little over half an inch thick. I don't have any cork sitting here. So it's a little taller than the cork road bed. I'm not sitting on foam. My layout sits directly on plywood. So my question is, how do I get that level? Color and dust weathering, yeah. You're talking to him now. Okay. Hey, send him our love, man. And well wishes, Curly. Probably off the phone with him by now. The poser. Yeah. All right, James. We'll see you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. I got that at a train show. I might have been Timonium last year, actually. Yeah. I like that, Bernard. Where's out the plumber? Tell him we're rallying around the layouts for him. Yeah, it's cool, but it's kind of scary too. The shit they can do with it, it's kind of it could be used for evil very easily. I think we're doing a test live stream later on. Look out for it. Sounds good. Do you really? Ah, there you go. 30 for 30. Thank you, guys. It still amazes me. I get around, 25, 30 people here on a Thursday morning. Thank you, guys. I never thought this show was going to, I know it's not hundreds of people watching and thousands, like super big channels, but I never imagined that this Thursday morning drinking coffee, shooting the shit was ever going to really take off. And for me, it's taken off. It's successful. These numbers I'm happy as far as that goes. So thank you, guys. Camera started freezing, but it's in the 20s already. Oh, wow. Not ready for that yet, Bernard. Caparells, don't know if this live stream is worthy of the coveted Cowboy Steve like just yet. I'll figure out where you live one of these days. I'm sure you're shaking in your boots. Hey, Stu Structures, what's going on, man? Good day, people. Great day, people. Yeah. PowerPoint's part of the Microsoft suite. Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Is it already loaded into, like I have a Dell. This is a Dell computer. It has Microsoft on it. Never looked for it. I guess I have to go into my programs and see. Hey, Monsville Railways, how are you? Good to see you. Short line Thursday is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday evenings. You're in the same boat. Are you talking about the base of this? Because I don't want to build my tracks up, because my tracks in this yard are going to be on the plywood. I wasn't planning on putting cork underneath this yard. I was coming off the main line and going right down to plywood. This is my plan. $3:25 in the morning here in New Zealand. What are you doing up? That's early. Well, appreciate it. Appreciate you checking in. That's nice. I'll tell you, man. Again, for as much as people say the hobby's dead, I don't think so. I really don't. I feel like, especially with YouTube and these kind of things, like we would never be able to do this otherwise. You had to have a local hobby shop or a local club to interact with each other, which is still probably better. It's more fun to be at a local club and be able to run trains together and everything, I would think. But I mean, this is the next best thing. I mean, look, New Zealand, I mean, it's a half a world away. So it's kind of crazy. I would never have met like Chris and James and all these guys up in Canada and Anthony down in Maryland and JD at the time was out in California. I mean, all these guys all over the place down in Florida. Jim Tedesco. Uh, you know, if it wasn't for YouTube and being able to connect in that way, you wouldn't know half of the people. I mean, I've become really good friends with a lot of you guys, and I've had the pleasure to meet up. Me and Daryl, we never met up personally, but I mean, we talk outside of the train stuff. We're good friends of that matter. Same thing with me and Anthony Wilmer. It's you know Jim Tedesco, another one I'm good friends with. And yeah, a lot of it's whether it be trains or 3D printing, but we talk about a lot of other stuff. It's um, just life events, world events, politics, things like that. Follow the Willard sub. You'll pass about 1/3 of a mile from Casa D. Cowboy Steve. Really? All right. I believe Willard. Let's see. Newcastle, PA runs up to Willard. I don't know if that's still considered a Willard sub there, but from Willard to Deschler, and I think it turns into the Garrett sub from Willard to Garrett, Indiana. I believe. Don't quote me on any of this stuff. I'm only going by what I've seen on maps. So that's east-west, which is on my upper level. And my lower level is from Deschler north up towards Toledo and Perrysburg and that. So that is, I believe it's the Toledo sub. Maybe Chessie fan might know better. But I believe that is. And that's on my lower level, so that's the north-south. So the town of Deschler is like the crossroads of the B&O is what it's nicknamed as. And that's why I decided to build this layout. I wanted the intermodal yard up there in North Baltimore, Ohio. I run a lot of intermodal. So, anyways, you always trace the footprint on the wood and jig it out, add supporter. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I might have to readjust where I put it on the layout because of underneath supports and stuff. I'm thinking if I could either cut a new piece or I'd have to cut the plywood. My plywood is 30 seconds, half an inch basically. Cut that piece of plywood, the size of this, out. And maybe mount that piece of plywood underneath the framework. On an upper level, I'm using 1x2, so it's 1 3/4 inches, 1.5. Mount that underneath, and then I could lay foam or something in to build that platform. This platform up. I got to try to do it where I'm not cutting a bunch of braces and stuff out. So it's going to be a little tricky. And it might be beneficial for me actually to do that prior to building this thing. To make sure it's going to fit in there right, not having to actually manhandle the building up and down, in and out of that hole. But I have to look at it some today. I want to finish throwing the paint on here. Now, oddly enough, I found a paint somebody had said they liked for concrete color. It's like a sand. I think it's called sandstone. I have to look it up. But it was a chalk paint. It has a texture to it. I thinned it super far down and put it in the airbrush. It didn't spray the best, but it did spray. It does have a texture on it. It gives it like I might have to seal it, but it does have kind of almost a sandy texture to it. I wanted it for the color. I wasn't sure how it would work. But, cement is very rarely straight up gray. I mean, it has gray in it, of course, when it's when it's new and fresh, it's more of a gray or a blue gray, white almost, First say morning here. Not way behind again. I thought I got kind of caught up, but jigsaw the plywood and set the depth from below, if that makes sense. It does make sense. And it's kind of what I was thinking, but I wanted to run it by as well to make sure I'm thinking correctly, because sometimes I have an idea and then I don't want to start cutting up plywood, and then next thing I know, I'm like, oh shit. Pulled a Dave again, messed it all up. Because I have the other engine house. I found at a show. Timonium, I believe. No, it wasn't Timonium. Was it? I think it was Timonium. That or Amherst, but I'm pretty sure it was Timonium. Yeah, it was Timonium. I was with Anthony, and I bought it because I wasn't flying or I wasn't on a train or anything like that. So I drove. Anyways, doesn't matter. But it's their brick. I guess it's more of a shops. It's their shops. And that doesn't have a big, thick base like this on it. I don't think. Let me go look. I got it sitting up there. Can't remember what kind of base was on it. If it was flat or if it was thick like this. No, it's a flat base on it. So I might have to modify where I put it on the layout a little bit, because I'll have to cut that out and put some support underneath. I mean, I guess as long as I had something supporting it underneath, I don't have to get too crazy with it. It's not like it's super heavy. Of course, if you have trains in it, parked in it, yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure I support it really well. That's the last thing we need is trains crashing. I'll try to scratch build my house and barn. You can add it to your layout. I would like to do that to my house. In fact, I just saw something, Facebook probably. When I say Facebook, guys, I go on train groups mostly, and I don't really post much on Facebook. Sometimes I post, even my channel, I don't post a lot on it. No doubt. No joke. I have to give credit to Vinny and Chuck Baker. Oh man, is Chuck still with us? I know Chuck was not well there. He had, I think, cancer or something. He had a nice life. I used to really enjoy watching Chuck's stuff. Him and who was that guy? The younger guy that was helping him build like the Helix and doing stuff like that. He got into the electronics a lot. Professor Grimm or something he went by, I think was his channel name or something. And yeah, it's see, 10 years ago, you're at 900, and you're almost there. Again, no rhyme or reason. I see I got back in 2017, I think, probably started posting more in 18. So it's been, 7 years or so, roughly. I've been on YouTube. And I hit 1,000 fairly quickly. I don't know how. There's no rhyme or reason. I don't know that I did anything that you guys haven't done or were doing or are doing. And then I'm kind of like I've been slowly growing, but, not like an explosion. Some guys like get, bam, there you go. You got 4,000 subscribers, 6,000 subscribers, And I just steadily, and then it like stagnates. Then I'll get a few, and, it's, whatever. But yeah, I used to really love what Chuck was doing there. He was selling a couple of some cars off at one point. I think I bought honestly, I think I sold them now. There's a couple coal hoppers off of him. long since sold off, I think. Hey, Attila, how you doing, man? Good to see you. I see you on Saturday nights sometimes. I see you on Anthony Dodge's show. Let me give you a blue wrench, Attila. There you go, buddy. In case you don't know, we get the blue wrench. You could check in with other channels. Like just click on them anytime you're in mine, and you have a blue wrench. You can click on that and get right over to their channels. I had about 400 rail supports that I painted yesterday. That was brutal. Oh, those, yeah, they look like a real pain. Now, did you airbrush those, because I was going to leave them on the sprue and airbrush them, and the only downside is going to be I'm going to have to touch them up once I cut them off the sprue. But I think that'd be the best way to do it. You little fart. Ah, that sucks. It's always rough having to put any kind of animal down. That's a good point, Stu. Yeah. Because, usually I'll use like some different shades of gray. And then I always add like some tones of like sand color or yellow, not bright yellow, but more of a tannish color into it to tone it down and give it more of that sand to come out. Because the cement powder is gray, basically. That I've seen, anyways. And then you got that, whatever you like you said, your aggregate and your sand that goes into the mix to make concrete. So yeah, I would imagine whatever your aggregate in the area and your sand in the area, you definitely have a effect on the color. You always got to kind of test before you actually let it go. Sometimes you're just not sure. I have B&G for breakfast. Don't know what that is. Bacon and grits? B&G. Insider, yeah. Yeah, I got a lot to do on it. I'm going to take my time with it. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to get in with Chris again on his build, because I really enjoyed that when I was working on well, it's my General Mills plant, but it's the Walther's chocolate factory, and had a lot of fun. It was me, him, and Mike, I think, on that build. I don't know how many people are going to be on this build. I mentioned that there's a guy that makes inserts for the pit floor of the shop, trying to find them. Dwight mentioned that. What kind of inserts, Chris? What do you mean with inserts? There's something, Jim. That maybe even like Chris would be interested in too. Different shop stuff, because this is so much glass you can see in there. Welders, toolboxes, different things you would maybe see, in the side of this building would be stuff that I know I'd be interested in finding some 3D prints for, and I can print on my own. Oh, I'm throwing shit around now. I have to get better at that, Jim. I have to get better at finding these prints, these free prints, or whatever. I don't care. I'll pay for stuff. But yeah, all those. That's why I wanted a 3D printer, And that's the resin printer because I wanted all those little detail parts. I want to be able to print people and detail things and that. I'm not worried about printing big things necessarily. It's more the details. All that stuff that just sucks the money out of you. I love mini prints, but I want to buy everything on his site, and I can't afford to buy everything on his damn site. So I want to be able to print some things that are going to save me that money that I can put into other things that cost money as well. And so far, I've been enjoying it. It's a whole nother aspect of the hobby that you can definitely get caught up in and never even touch the layout for weeks because you're busy printing stuff and painting it. That's the sucky part. You got to paint it all compared to just buying it already painted and that kind of thing. But yeah, I would totally be want to put some details inside of this shop. One of the reasons I wanted that shop, not only is it modern looking, it has so much glass in it that you can see in through the open doors, through the glass. Anyways, and somebody was just asking about Vinny. How's Vinny doing? I can't remember where I saw that comment. But Curly, if you find it, let us know. I throw the wrench at someone. No, you cannot. Behave yourself, or I'm going to have to time you out. Yeah, Steve. Great movie, though. Duck, dodge, duck, dodge. I don't know what the words he used. Duck, dodge. I mentioned before, going to visit Bill Murray, Fair Lakes Railroad, Rock Hill, South Carolina, and Rob Hale, HOMI Railroad near Salisbury. Oh, no, John. I would love to go see Bill. I don't know who the other guy is. I don't think I do, anyways. Oh, I know that guy. I watch this stuff all the time. HOMI Railroad. He's got that huge layout, like up in the upper garage or something. And that's what it looks like. I think it's a massive layout. He models. Is it nickel plate? What is he modeling? That's the name of his channel, HOMI Railroad. I just watched something from him yesterday. He did a whole layout tour. And Bill's an awesome modeler. I'd love to go see his work as well. Next time I get down there, Anthony, maybe it's a little bit of a trip. I was going to say you're not really that close. It would take a minute. That'd be something for us to look at doing, though. Maybe head down that way. I don't know how close that is to one another. Rock Hill and Salisbury. I know they're two different states, but I don't know how far away they are. Maybe I have to spend a night over somewhere. But I'd love to do something like that. Steve, you're not wrong, man. I don't know. And I had my gallbladder out a couple years ago, and ever since that, no trust. I have no trust in a fart anymore. It's like, what the heck? Vinny bought a Camaro and is drag racing it. No shit. I know he's kind of more into like building model cars and trucks and stuff now, boats. Seeing him seems to be doing more of that stuff. I'm good. I'm glad to hear he's doing well. There's a track. There's a track pit for locomotive. You built this. I was just watching your video on yours when you built yours, the modern engine house. I've been watching some videos on it just to get some pointers. Might as well, right? Pico does good pits. I don't know what you mean pits. Talking about details in the pits, or this is just a channel. I mean, I don't know. Did they decorate them up? See you, Stu. Thanks for stopping in, Mark. Always good to see you in here. Man, I've been on almost 2 hours. I got to get out of here. I got things to do, man. Yeah, I'm behind on the chat, but yeah, that's what I was just saying. I was just watching your video. I'm trying to decide on colors. Like I'm thinking about the supports for the rails, doing those like in a red orange, and then I want to do like I think all the like upper supports. I don't think I want to do them all like yellow. I think what I want to do is paint them like a gray color maybe, but go up so far on each pole with safety yellow. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't go all the way to the ceiling with yellow. I wouldn't. But you can, I guess. But I don't think they would waste their time and energy painting all the way up to the ceiling with yellow. I've seen guys where they've done like all the upper rafter supports and stuff and painted that yellow or red or orange and different colors. I mean, it would give you a nice, um, like when you're looking in, you'll see it more because it's yellow or whatever. But realistically, I think I want to go with more of just a gray uh, rafters. I don't know what else you call them. Yeah, I do plan on doing that. I know you put some underneath the walkways, which I want to do that. And I don't know, how did you run your wires to the top lights in the roof? Got to find a way to do that. I was thinking maybe some kind of like, maybe hide it with one of those upper supports that comes up. Maybe use like a stir straw with those small straws. And run your wire up through that and paint it the same color as the wall. Or see, the thing of it is, you have all those windows, so I got to find a spot that I can run it up and hide it. Hide the wires going up. How did you hide your wires? I have to look that video up again and see if it showed it. Virginia, that's what it is. Virginia nickel plate. Yeah, I've watched his videos. He's got some good stuff. You'll have to get some good video when you do go visit. Um, that'd be really cool. Have a great day. If you end before I get back, prairie dog and pups are asking to go out. No, I'm getting off here. I have things I want to get done today. Trickiest part is putting in a work platform. Is that the platforms down the middles there, or because you got them on the walls and you got them down the middle? Hey, Curly, that diorama came out nice with the crop duster, by the way. I meant to say that earlier. Now, are you making these dioramas that you could put them on the layout? Are they to scale for HO? Oxide red. What did you do oxide red? Was it, you're talking about the rail supports on the bottom? I'll have to go back and watch it again. I've watched so many, and guys have used this so many different colors. I'm having a hard time deciding what I want to use. Hey, Skull Kill John, how you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna get on my way here. I got 2 lots of wiring going up next to the beams in a tube. The tube represents a drain pipe. Is that drain pipe it's inside the building? Yeah, okay. That's not a bad idea. Do you show that in the video? I don't remember seeing that in the video. I'll go back and watch it. Or just, Yes, down the middle and the wall, that was the trickiest. The platforms, I've heard that from people, that's the trickiest thing because you got to get all those I-beams lined up right. And so they fit in the holes properly, and then so they're not leaning one way or the other. And I was watching one guy was weighing it down with, I don't know, I don't know if he put a locomotive or a can of paint or something on there, like a can on there to hold it down while it was gluing. But then his ramps were off. Like it was leaning too far one way, so they had a gap on one side and it was too long on the other. I think you'd almost have to try to do that all in one shot. So I don't know if you want to use a super glue where it glues fast or use like a regular modeling glue where you have a little bit of leeway time to get everything lined up. I'm trying to decide what I want to glue with. But I was hoping to get some painting done today. Trying to decide on what I want to paint these things color-wise. Roof comes off. I have mini plugs near the roof. So you can unplug the little LEDs. What do you use? Just those little square ones? Those stick-on square ones? Singles in the roof or no? One platform at a time and let the glue set. Yeah. Don't use super glue. Okay. Good call. Good call. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that it would be they'd dry too fast. So like those little ones you could cut into threes, the little three strips. I have some of those too. I also ordered some that come in where it's just a single light, like the light up the inside of some of these buildings, but you don't really need a three strip, you know. So some of them might be just too much light. So how many three strips did you put under each one of these in the middles? Did you do the sides too? I'm thinking maybe two of them. Like kind of center them. You know what I mean? One three strip here, one three strip down there. Would you do like just one solid strip? Like basically be like 6 or 9 of them. I have to measure it out. Measure. And I'm assuming the wires won't be too noticeable underneath these ramps, would they? Down the middle? Maybe. But I think you could probably run the wire out the end down here. Put your hole down closer to the end here. Like where this middle piece would be. Like have your wire go out that side. I'm guessing. I don't know. Those ones strips you cut. I need to dull it down just on the center platforms. I think it was 6 per platform. Okay. Yeah, I believe mine are a warm white. And I used them inside my fire station and City Hall police station on the old layout. Put a hole down the ends again in some styrene tube. Are you talking about this, Bernard? This is the Walder's modern diesel house. That's the base for it. So, this was the bus stop I showed was a Jim Tedesco print. I printed out and painted, and I used acetate sheets. Actually, my wife had them with her crafting stuff. And this is the water tower that he printed out for me. Now this he printed in, and I bought it from him. He printed it and mailed it to me. And I had to paint it up. He mails it in a gray primer color. There's a light in the top of it, which I ended up painting on the wire. But it goes down through that tube in the middle. I got the light taped off so it didn't get painted. I think I'm going to change the color on that. I'm not happy with that color. I want it to be a little more, not this bright blue, but a little bit more muted than that. See if I can do this. Screen. Okay, that's the tower there that I'm talking about. That color there. See, that's a little more blue. What I have here is blue. This thing I have is more green. And so I kind of want to mimic that. I think that'll look pretty neat. So, and that tower is right there near the Crossroads Rail Fan Park too, where you can go rail fan. So, pretty similar to what Jim printed out for me. I like it. Yeah, get with Jim Tedesco if you're interested in something like that. He printed it. I remember what he charged me for it. He don't charge a lot. You know, like he says, he ain't trying to get rich off, but he just cover his costs, make a couple bucks. You pay for shipping and that kind of thing. Okay, super glue. I think I went back too far. You put a hole down the ends again in some styrene tube. Okay. If I remember right, you painted like your whole floor pretty much yellow, didn't you? Like a bright yellow. It's got 700 or 800 cover to buy lumber for my layout. It depends how big your layout is. Now I was buying lumber when the last lumber skyrocketing was, and I think the worst I paid for it was I needed, I think, 2 sheets to finish. I did not want to wait, so I regretfully and ashamed to say I spent about $68 a sheet for a 4x8 sheet for those last 2 sheets. Again, hate to say that, but I did. I wanted to finish it so I could lay track on the upper level. 19 and a half feet long and 11 feet wide. That's about what my old layout was. 19 on this wall. Where those cabinets you see are, you can't see them now, but you've seen them above the bridge. That's 19 feet. And then the old layout was about just shy of 11 feet wide. before I tore it down. If you go way back in my videos and watch the beginning of that layout, I miss that layout. I love this layout, don't get me wrong, but that was so new to me getting back in, and everything was just fun. No expectations with me on that layout. I just was learning and building and having a good time, and I was kind of into using a lot of budget materials, scenery stuff. I just was having a blast with it. Sounds like it makes it sound like I'm not having fun here. I'm having fun here too, but it's so new and it just I don't know how to explain it. Damn it. So you really have to price things out depending on what type of wood you want to use. Listen, for framework, don't go stupid. I mean, if 2x4s are cheaper, yeah, use them. You don't have to buy 8-foot 2x4s. You can buy the wall size. I think they're like 7 feet. They're not quite 8 feet. They're just framing lumber. Hey, Willow Creek, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Getting ready to get off though here. I keep trying to get off, Brad, but I don't know. I keep finding it's things to talk about. I didn't do the whole floor yellow, just the handrails and the borders for the walkways. Maybe I was watching somebody else and did their floors like all in yellow. What was I talking about? Oh, use 1x3s. You don't have to, or a lot of guys will buy sheets of plywood and they will rip them. If you have a table saw, you can rip your 1x, your plywood into basically 1x, not really 1 inches, but I mean, you could use that for your cross framing and stuff too. It depends if you want to do open frame or if you want to build tabletops. I built more of a tabletop, which I kind of wish I would have did more of the cookie cutter kind of stuff. Yeah, you know, John, for some reason I'm holding myself to a higher expectation on this layout, and I don't know why that is, but I think it's the fact that I've learned more and I want to do it better than I did the other layout with scenery and so on, and just the way I built it and laid track and all that. Hopefully I learned a lot from that, and I'm trying to be more meticulous with it, but I feel like it's got me a little frozen in time, or frozen to move forward like that. You know what I mean? And I don't know, it's all up here, you know, and then to put ideas here onto the layout, sometimes I get stuck and don't want to move forward. Yeah, it's been a while, but it's been a while. I try to keep it to an hour, but you know, once in a while. Yeah, there was a couple morning shows I've gone for 4 or 5 hours. Until Artie did his 24-hour marathon, I think I held the record for like 9 hours one night, just being up live on a Saturday night or something, just shooting the shit. And yeah, maybe it was over 24 hours. I don't remember when Artie did that. That it was a marathon. It was 24 or 48 hours, maybe. I don't remember now. Been a year or so back, a couple of years ago. By track plan design on any rail, I get 28-inch radius to 30-inch radius. That's good. 31-inch radius. We can't go over to 34 to 36. Well, listen, most of mine are 28. I have some 26s. You see the stuff I run. I run all big 6-axle locomotives. I run a lot of auto racks. I run intermodal, long cars, short cars. I don't have a lot of issues. I don't really have any issues as far as the radius. The thing with the radius is the look of it. You get the longer auto racks and longer cars on there. And it's the overhang in the curve where the car overhangs. That's where you lose your realism, you know. As far as I would say, anything 24 or greater, you're going to run most anything you want to run on it. Now, I don't run steam, so I can't speak for steam. You'd want a wider radius for operational purposes on steam locomotives, I feel like, too. Your bigger steam, anyways. But again, it's the realism of the car overhanging on the inside of the curve. So, but like I said, as far as I know, the old layout was 26 inside, 28 outside. That's a good radius. I mean, you can get a nice design with that. If you can go wider and not sacrifice space, that's part of the problem too. You sacrifice layout space with a double main. You sacrifice it with wider radiuses. You're limited more to what you can do. I use those sweep sticks or whatever they call them and made my radiuses. Sometimes you could kind of tweak the way you lay the radius in the curve to make a 28 fit inside a 28. I've done that, but you have to bring it closer to the edge of the layout and then the one further back. There's ways to do it, but my peninsula is wider, so I have probably a 30 and a 32, I think, maybe on the peninsula. Maybe a little wider. I don't really know. I kind of eyeballed it on the peninsula. It was definitely wider than I only have 28 and 26 inch radius sweep sticks. So it's definitely wider than those. But I kind of eyeballed it, to be honest, on the peninsula. I tried to stay with those sweep sticks to keep things in those curves looking right and not kinked and weird looking. Yeah. No, I don't. I really don't. I try to keep it to an hour because in this way, by the time I get out of here, it's almost lunchtime, Jim T. Yeah. Jim's shortened it up some too. 30 to 25 hours. Okay, I knew it was somewhere in that range because I had about 9.5 hours or something was my record, I think. Well, that was a quick trip. Yeah, thanks, Andy. Yeah, they've been running 2 hours. Well, actually, I had them running probably a little bit before I started. I always try to start them up ahead of time just to make sure everything's going to run right. Like this grain train I showed you earlier. I took the crude oil and put that back off layout in the storage bins and put the grain out. I've been running the oil train for a while, so I tried to change it up a little bit. And I'm running the what I got on the bottom. I'm running those trailer train on the bottom with a couple intermodal cars on it too. Just because I had it parked on a siding and decided to run that. So yeah, I get guys that complain. I don't remember what I posted a short or something. One of my videos I posted. One guy likes to say, "Oh, you're running them too slow." Then you get the next one and they're running them too fast. So I run them the way I want to run them. I like to be able to see the train as it goes by and it's not flying by like I'm running DC. That's the beautiful thing about DCC. As long as your track is powered correctly and laid correctly, you could creep these things around at one speed step. But I could slow this train down and run it, and it would run just fine all the way around. It'd take forever to get around it. At about these speeds, I run. Well, I'll tell you what I'm running. Let me turn my controller back on because it shuts down after a certain time being on. So the lower level train, this intermodal that you see kind of coming behind me from time to time is running at 33 speed steps on here out of 128. And the upper level I got running 43. And they're really running, when you're looking at them, they appear to be running about the same speed. They're not, but I got 53 grain cars running on the top with 3 locomotives. So I don't know if anybody counted when we went by. There's 53 grain cars. And like I said, I probably have another 20, 25 sitting in a box. Not in a box, but around the layout at the co-op and, something like that. Maybe somewhere around 20 maybe that I didn't put on because I don't want to pull them out of their spots because they're in the switch list. I don't want to get them out of order because I got to figure that out. But I don't know. That's a good, comfortable speed for me. I'll sit down here and tinker and just let them things run around for hours. And generally don't have any issues. It's only when I turn the cameras on I have issues, and knock on wood. It's a lot of it's the different cars. Auto racks are a pain in the ass no matter what. And then again, a lot of my auto racks are like the old Walters kits that you build, And now I'm way behind again. Going on at high speeds, you got good track work when you're running backwards as well. Model of 70s and 80s, SCL, and also time Star Wars playing in the theater. So 77 when the first Star Wars came out. That's a cool era. You got a lot of cool things. You can model running cabooses still. Yeah, I wish I could have gone with bigger radius. But what I'm saying is I feel like the 28, even the 26, I don't know about steam and those big steam turbines and stuff, but that's what I was saying. I heard Artie from my place screaming he lost 3 trains off his layout, runaway passenger cars. That's that crazy ass gradient he has. There you go, Joe. I don't run high speed anymore, neither do my trains. Yeah, I could kick these up. I mean, they'll run. I mean, I've run my intermodal at a faster speed, more in the 50 to 60 speed steps. I mean, that's what I mean. We all have our preference. I don't like running them like that. I don't. The intermodal, I guess. I don't know. You're real fanning trackside. I don't know what they're running. What is the maximum legal speed in most open mainline? I don't know. They do signal on your layout like block signals and crossing gates. I'm not going to go with block detection. It's too much of a pain in the ass for me. I have some signals on the layout, and it's mainly, I've been putting them in. They're just basic red and green signals. And that's just so I can visually look and see down the line if my turnout is straight or diverging. And that's all I care to have them do. I will be putting in signals, crossing signals at some point. And it's all in the to-do list. It's just doing it. It's exactly, Artie. It is a lot of work. But if you're going to do that stuff, I would recommend prepping for it as you're building, running your wires for all that stuff and your components while you have open bench work. It's a lot easier to work on things or build something that you can swing out or pull out, to get to your wiring, and you're not on your ass under your layout trying to work on that stuff. I don't know how old you are, but as I've gotten older, I'm finding that to be a lot harder. 6 trains running on automation at the same time. And that automation is cool too. But, my lower level, my Toledo subdivision is only a single main line with a couple passing sidings, long passing sidings, but my upper level has 2 main lines. I changed it up. I was only going to do a single, but I decided to go with 2. And you're 100% right. No matter how good your track work and how good they run, you still want to keep an eye on them. You never know when you're going to get that one jump a switch, pick a switch, and then you got shorts and everything else going on. Even with um, circuit breakers and stuff, you still burn stuff up. Still been on 2 hours. Still not I was caught up, and then I got uncaught up. 11% grade. Lost 5 expensive cars when they uncoupled at the top. Oh man, I'll tell you what. With my climb that goes around, I've had them break loose on that side of the peninsula, and I had to haul ass to try to get around a peninsula. And you guys that have met me in person, I ain't built for speed. Let me tell you, because if I didn't catch them by the time they got down to this bottom, they're booking it, man. And it's only I kept it close as I could to a 2% grade. So I can only imagine 11%, they had to be like a rocket. Yeah, it was never finished. You're always adding to it, building onto it. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Check out how Artie's doing his wiring, is preparing for signaling automation, manual operation. There's a lot of planning, prep work to do under construction. Talking to you, Scott. Well, talking to everybody, but since you're asking. Yeah, you definitely want to do a lot of that. Even your bus lines are easier to feed through your framework and stuff before you put your tabletops down if you're doing it that way. I would keep consistent with whatever colors you're going to use. You don't have to, but like I use black and red, and my feeders are black and red. Helps keep things straight when you're wiring, especially if you're wiring underneath the layout. For my DC bus line, for accessories and that, I went with yellow and blue. I went with yellow and white on the bottom. Blue and white, I mean. I couldn't get white for some reason when I was looking for the top in a 100-foot roll. The way I wanted it. So I went with blue and yellow on the top. Meaning yellow and white will be interchangeable. So I run a separate bus for accessories, and I run that off of a wall wart, 12-volt wall wart. Because your LEDs are all going to have resistors and that. So, and we'll see how that works. What comes first? Backdrop and painting clouds and painting trees, or having a track plan designed and benchmark. Well, I would decide on how you're going to fit. I would decide on a track plan, I think, first, because then that's going to determine how you're going to build your bench work, right? If you're going to have a peninsula, and I had a peninsula. So I had 19 by 11. Did I send you that? Send me an email, Scott. I'll send you, if I can, I'll try to send you a picture of that. If I can find it. Of my old track plan. It was a double main line. It was around the room. Well, around what I had built as a room. And I had a peninsula. And like I said, I think the peninsula only allowed for a 28-inch radius and a 26-inch radius. No, 28. The peninsula was a single main. So the inner main line was 26-inch radius all the way around the room. Outer main was 28-inch radius around the room. Pretty much following each other side by side. 2.5 on center or 2 on center. Obviously, in the curves, if you're going to run them together, you have to allow more room between the two rails, or cars are going to hit the curve. Scott, you probably know these things. I'm just talking. Testing your track work over and over again to get it right. Yeah. Don't worry about ballasting and all that kind of stuff. Let it marinate. Run your trains. You'll find any hiccups and fix them. I would run them for several months before you worry about ballasting and scenery and all that kind of shit. So, what was I talking about? The inner, and I had crossovers. I had 4 different areas, like one on each basically side of the layout, crossovers. 2 going one way, 2 going the other way. They weren't double crossovers. That inner main line was the only thing that ran up the peninsula, but you could bypass it as well. So I had switches, so I could switch them and go up and around the peninsula, or I could bypass it and just have basically 2 ovals if I wanted to go that route, which was kind of nice. It was a nice feature. All right, Joe. I keep saying I'm leaving. Now I'm at 2.5 hours. I'm getting out of here, guys. Damn it. But it was a nice track plan. So yeah, use Crooked Savings as a discount code for that, Scott. You get 10% off of his cost, what it's going to cost you for him to design it. He helped design this layout. He did a lot of like redesign for me. Yeah, I have no experience on building helixes. I was kind of afraid to go that route. Number one. Number two, I felt like it would just take too much out of my room space for the helix. Now, if I was able to put it in a different room, the helix, then I probably would have went with the helix rather than the around the room climb. So, you know how it is. You got to kind of decide what you want to have, what you want to sacrifice, But anyways, again, thanks for watching. I appreciate all you guys. I'll catch you guys next Thursday on what would that be, the 10th, I believe? 7 days would be the 10th. Check out Jim tonight at 6 p.m. on his channel, Jim Tedesco. And check out Chris Go Via Go Home on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. If you don't want to check him out, Anthony Dodge is over on Artie's channel. He's been filling in for Artie. Artie's been on a little sabbatical. So he's filling in on that channel at 8 p.m. on Saturday nights. But I'm hoping to join in on Saturday, depending on when I get out of work. But I'm planning on going up and getting started on this diesel shop build. So that being said, I'll see you guys around. See you on the other shows, the other channels, and we'll talk to you later. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.